Hello, everyone. Hope you're well. And again, thank you for joining us for our home stretch run of the lives and lessons learned of 100 Christians. This is number 94. Nicholas Copernicus was born February 19th, 1473 in Prussia, which is now Poland, to a prosperous German-speaking family of copper merchants, the youngest of 4 children. His father died around 1483, leaving the family in financial uncertainty. His uncle, a wealthy Catholic and later the bishop of Warmia, became his guardian, ensuring an elite education. Raised in a devout Catholic household, he was immersed in Christian teachings from childhood, attending St. John's School, where religious instruction was central, and later the Cathedral School, a hub for clerical training. These early years exposed him to the church's intellectual tradition, blending faith and learning. At the University of Krakow, he studied liberal arts, mathematics, and astronomy, fields often taught by clergy, interesting, reinforcing his Christian worldview. In Italy, at the University of Bologna, he lived with astronomer Domenico Novario, a priest whose observations fueled Copernicus's astronomical curiosity. He earned a doctorate in law from a discipline rooted in church governance. I think about that law is kind of rooted in church governance. That makes sense. Preparing him for his lifelong role, his faith grounded in the Christian doctrine of an orderly God-created universe shaped his pursuit of truth, seeing no conflict between science and religion, and that's where it gets interesting. In 1503, he joined the Warmia Cathedral chapter as a non-ordained clerical role involving administrative and spiritual duties. So he worked at the church for free. He celebrated Mass, managed cathedral finances, served as a physician, and defended Warmia during the 1520 Polish Teutonic War. His Christian commitment extended to practical service. He treated plague victims and advised on economic reforms, articulating Gresham's law to protect Prussian currency, viewing such work as stewardship of God's gifts. Now, his astronomical work was deeply tied to his faith. The heliocentric model, placing the sun at the center of the universe, with Earth orbiting it, was not a rejection of Christianity, but an attempt to reveal God's elegant design. In his book's preface dedicated to Pope Paul III, Copernicus argued that his system reflected divine order, writing the mechanism of the universe wrought for us by a supremely good and orderly creator should be studied. He circulated his book, privately among scholars, wary of theological backlash, but confident that truth aligned with his faith. His mentor, a Protestant and a Catholic supporters alike, urged publication, seeing no heresy in his work. His faith guided his ethics. He avoided personal gain, living modesty, and dedicating his work to God's glory, not fame. He attended Mass, prayed daily, and saw astronomy as a way to read the mind of God, a view shared by later Christian scientists like Kepler. He never married. He adhered to the church's expectation of clerical celibacy. Living in cathedral precincts, he maintained a disciplined life of prayer, study, and service. His home included a small chapel, and he was known to distribute alms to the poor, reflecting Christian charity. As a physician, he treated clergy and laity alike, often for free, embodying the gospel's call to serve the least of these in Matthew 25. His faith was practical, not dogmatic. He rejected astrology as superstition. Assisting astronomy revealed God's rational order, not mystical fates. During his final illness, a stroke, he received last rites, dying 1543. His burial in Frauenbach Cathedral, confirmed by 2010 DNA analysis, underscored his lifelong devotion to the church. So his legacy and his Christian impact. His heliocentric model sparked the scientific revolution, influenced Kepler, Galileo, and Newton. while challenging the church's cosmology. Through the book he wrote was banned by the Catholic Church from 1616 to 1835 for 200 years. He saw no conflict between his findings and his faith, viewing his work as uncovering God's beautiful, contrived universe. His defenders argued his model enhanced theological understanding and his ideas reshaped Christian thought, inspiring later scientists to see science as the path to divine truth. His legacy bridges faith and reason. His economic theories influenced monetary policy, and his astronomical work shifted humanity's view from the earth-centric pride to cosmic humility. So before then, everybody thought the earth was the center and everything revolved around the earth, but he said, no, the earth is revolving around the sun. That's the heliocentric. So that was his big point. Lessons. Faith fuels intellectual curiosity. His Christian upbringing taught that seeking truth honors God's creation. He believed, as later reflected in his writings, that to know the mighty works of God is a divine task. Faith can inspire rigorous inquiry, not hinder it. Faith and science are complementary. This is a big deal. He showed that seeking truth through science glorifies God's creation, as he noted. To understand the heavens is to approach the divine. Faith provides a moral framework for discovery, encouraging humility and purpose. Live through service. Again, his charitable acts and humble lifestyle taught that faith is expressed through action, not just belief. And the last one, faith inspires enduring truth. His belief that the universe is the handiwork of a wise creator drove his revolutionary ideas. Faith can fuel discoveries that outlast opposition, reshaping how we see God's word. Here's just an interesting note. The Catholic Church formally acknowledged its wrongful condemnation of Galileo and apologized for his persecution in 1992. The Church admitted error in 1633, a judgment against Galileo's heliocentric theories, which led to his house arrest for the rest of his life. So one of the people who was influenced by Copernicus was Galileo, and when he promoted the heliocentric sun as the center of the universe, he got in trouble by the Catholic Church, but they formally apologized for the persecution in 1992 for the error they made in 1633, so for 350 years. Anyways, take care. God bless. Bye.